Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the top 5 misconceptions about crypto. Crypto, in my opinion, is the most misunderstood character in Apex, if you don't mean him. The reason crypto is so misunderstood is because he has so much freedom in his abilities that people think he's meant to be used in a certain way. Unlike other legends where they have their abilities, but there's only like one way to use them. Like, for example, Gibby, he has his dome, but there's only one way to use it. You just use cover, drop it down, and it has a cooldown and lasts for a certain amount of time. But crypto with its drone, there's like so many different ways you can use it. You can just, fly it out forever, do nothing, and fly for a short time. This has a 200-meter limit, but that's still very long. So there's not like clear way to use him, and there's no cooldown and no time limit on his drone. So people then assume that because of these time limit of these no limits, it can be used to the max, but that's definitely not how you should play him, and we're gonna get right into that. I'm in tier 12, and let's get into the video. At number 1, he's a support character. No, he's meant to be an aggressive character. People think because of his drone, all he's meant to do is scout and highlight enemies, but all this does is just put your team at disadvantage when it's a team fight. It's gonna be 2v3. People think the drone is does as much as an extra person, but honestly doesn't really do much. The highlighting is nice, but it's definitely not going to win you team fights unless you're in the fight. So you gotta be, it has won me gunfights, but only because I was with my team. And I think a lot of crypto guides some YouTubers had when he first came out gave people the wrong impression on how to use him. They said, just keep your drone out the whole time while your team's fighting everyone. Give them highlights. See their walls. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but it's definitely not enough. So yeah. And then number 2, this goes for the last one, but it's that you should stay in his drone for the majority of time. That's also wrong. Sorry, because of his unlimited time limit and no cooldown, people just use it the whole time. It's quite funny, but honestly, you're meant to be in his drone for 30 seconds or less. The only times you want to use it is ping banners, picking up squad mate banners, which may take longer than 3 seconds, but yes, that's an exception. And using your EMP, or sometimes another exception, scouting and ranked. But yeah, I hear a lot of people complaining that he's in a very vulnerable state when using his drone, which is true, but it's because you're not meant to be in it for a very long time. So you're not vulnerable if you're barely in the drone state. I think there was a clip on Reddit or something about why crypto needs a buff. But the guy is literally by himself, and he probably just uses drone and just fly out for 200 meters and did nothing. Okay, so that's why he was in a very bad situation right there. Partly because of crypto's kit, but it's just people don't know how to use it correctly. And number 3, it's that he needs a real passive. Although I do agree with the fact that Neuralink, his current passive ability that highlights enemies for him and his team, should not be considered a passive. I do not think he needs a new passive like using already used respawn beacons, because his ability to pick up banners with his drone and knowing how many teams in the area make up for this. And just recently they added the mobile respawn beacons, which I have used a lot, and it is very, very nice for crypto, because even in the final ring he can grab the banners from teammates who died outside the ring and you just pick them right back up. So I think it's very underrated. And but I just wish Respawn would put these things in his passive category, ping the banners and knowing how many squads are in the area, picking up banners. I just wish they would put it in his actual passive category, and then I think everyone would stop complaining. And number 4, we have using your EMP from across the map and running in will actually work. If you think about it, your EMP does 50 shield damage. So it will take the enemy 5 to 6 seconds, depending if they use shield cells or battery, for them to heal up fully. 3 seconds if they have a gold shield. So that's your window of opportunity, 5 to 6 seconds. I don't think a lot of people realize this, because if you don't attack them within 5-6 seconds, they're going to be all fully up and your EMP is basically wasted. So yeah, and most of the time I've been EMP'd. I get EMP'd and then I heal up, then I wait 10 seconds after. Do you really think that's gonna do anything? No, it's gonna make your team think that you have an advantage in the fight when you really don't. It's pretty cool, yeah. So what I like to do is make sure that the enemies are literally right in front of me, and make sure my EMP just barely misses me, but hits all my enemies. Or at least I'm in shooting distance with them, so I can guarantee me and my team can follow. Number 5, it's you can't solo queue with him. Having a team with comms is obviously going to be better than none, but because it's safe for all legends, you know, the solo queue rank grind is very hard. But he's still very effective even without communicating team. You just gotta make sure you use the ping system, because it is great in Apex. So try to use it to your advantage as much as possible, especially with the ping of banners. And with Revenant as well, make sure, I'm trying to tell them, I don't know how, but just, they would usually use the totem, so just make sure he goes first and then you use your EMP. But especially with the knowing how many squads in the area, you gotta ping that out like a lot, because it's very useful, especially in ranked. And just try to make sure your team is with you when you push EMP push. They will push with you most of the time, but you just gotta wait up for them to come up and push with you. Don't try and go in by yourself and then complain about why they're not there. Unless your teammate's a douchebag and goes the other side of the map for no apparent reason, which has happened to me quite a bit. But yeah, so those are the top 5 misconceptions about crypto. I know a lot of crypto mains probably know these things already, but this is for those new players who want to start maining him, or just start playing him in general. So I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Would be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.